We are recording.
So I got involved with Mitzvah Circle about 2 years ago. My friend introduced me. She had been volunteering here for a while, and she, I think, put it out on Facebook one day saying, is anyone interested in volunteering at a local organization? And it was perfect because I was. I've always been interested in volunteering my whole life, and my kids were now in school. They were in school age, so I had some time. And as soon as I walked in the door and got introduced to the mission and what people were doing here, I became hooked. So I started out sorting clothing and other things, and soon really became uplifted by seeing tangibly who and how I was helping. Fran, the executive director, she makes it a point to tell all the volunteers constantly about the stories of the individual people who are reaching out to us with their critical needs, and we're filling them. And we hear their thank yous, and we hear their stories. And I would leave every day feeling wonderful. And that was a big thing that had been missing in my life for a few years. And I knew I was hooked as soon as I came. And after lots of sorting and packing boxes of care packages for people in need, I saw that I could do more. I had some grant making experience, so I started writing grants for the organization, and that sort of steamrolled into other things. So now I see myself sort of very involved in a lot that goes on here, and I love it. I think it's made me a better person, but it's made me be the best person I can be. It's sort of given me the opportunity when it's hard sometimes with volunteer opportunities because the timing and this and that, but not only does Fran and Mitzvah Circle make it so easy for people to do what they're good at and to use their own skills to make the world better, make their community better, I feel almost like it's not volunteer work. I can't even call it work because it gives me so much. And my kids see it, my husband sees it, and it's really made us a stronger family, I think. So I'm really happy to be involved more and more because I can see every day that we grow or we reach more people, I can see how happy it makes me. And this is, in addition to the wonderful work we're all doing. And what I also have to say, and what makes this organization so unique, is that we're meeting people where they are. We're giving them exactly what they need at that moment to move forward. And a lot of times, there are tons of well-meaning organizations and organizations that do great work. What's different about Mitzvah Circle is really that we listen to the individual, we assess the individual and see what their family, what that person needs in their moment of crisis, or they're struggling with poverty or hunger or homelessness. It's what they need to take that next step to move forward. And it really is a circle of kindness and compassion that I think is growing with the work. All the connections we make among like-minded organizations that both are donors and receivers, every connection we make, and Fran always says this, makes the community stronger, and I really believe it. What else do I want to say?
I think that's good.
Yeah,
I think that's good.
Start.
Mom inspired me to help a lot, and I love helping. It makes me feel so good.
Right, and what are some of the things you do here?
Like, sometimes I sort things like clothes. Once I did with my mother, I organized like 101 coats, like from different sizes. Most of the time I do clothes things, but
Did you ever make snack bags?
once I made snack bags, like there was like 30 people here at Mitzvah Circle. We were like making these bags for the hungry, and we got past our goal. I think it was like 98 bags that we made, or like 79. But like our goal was 75, I think. And we passed that.
And do you remember what you learned about what you can do, how you can help?
Like I can help by just giving, just giving kindness. whatever you give is good.
Right. Right.
And what are you? You're a kid. What can kids do?
Kids can help the teachers like I do. When it's indoor recess, I help my teacher instead of doing recess and stuff. But when she doesn't have anything for us to do, I just play around with my friends.
And if you remember one thing from what you do here, do you remember what I said? If you remember one thing, what is the one thing that every person,
Every person makes a difference.
every person matters. Every person makes a difference. That's true.
It's a bumper. Ready. Nope, I'm not. Rolling.
So I started with Mitzvah Circle years and years ago when Fran and I worked together doing food delivery for people. And the scope of Fran's reach at that time was pretty much within our community, the people directly very close to us that needed help. And Fran came to me and talked about starting Mitzvah Circle Foundation, and I thought that was such an incredible thing to expand our reach, not only to the people who are right around us, but to people all over the country, and in some cases could be all over the world. So what it means to me to be able to give back is tremendous, but for me it's a feeling of inside. For me it's an instinct. It's something I wake up and want to do every day. I want to be able to spend my day and get to the end and put my head on the pillow and say, what I did today made a difference for someone. And that difference for me can be a smile when you walk by somebody on the street. It could be a touch on a shoulder. It could be a meal that you take to someone's house. Those things to me make a difference. And I like to live my life that way, giving back. But for me, it's not necessarily something I need to do face to face. Coming to Mitzvah Circle Foundation enables me to do the work, to make a difference in society, in somebody's life, but I don't need someone to say thank you to me. It's my way of giving back and doing it in a way that is comfortable for me. I do that by delivering food, I do that by delivering clothes, by packing all sorts of boxes. When you come here to the warehouse, one of the coolest things is it's like packing presents every day. You open a box and you fill it with things and you know that somebody's going to open it and that they're going to smile. One of the things I like best about Fran's mission, about the mission of Mitzvah Circle Foundation, is that...
Pause for 1 second, I'm sorry.
So when Fran talks to someone and she actually makes a connection with them, not to just learn what it is that they believe they need for a moment, for this moment, but to hear their story, to really understand what's going on with them so that she can get to the bottom of what their deep needs are. The need today may be a pair of shoes, but in the end, it could be something more than that. And by Fran taking the time to actually talk to everyone, to actually find out what's going on with them, she can hear the real need. And then she can, if we have it, be able to provide what it may be they need or help direct them where they need to go. It's not all about us. And that's the other thing that's great about Mitzvah Circle. It's not all about what can Mitzvah Circle do directly. Fran really wants to help everybody tap into any resource that can help them do it. But she wants to be able to get them their help as soon as possible. And I like that. I like that there's no red tape. If we get a call that a kid needs a pair of shoes, then we give them the pair of shoes. You don't have to fill out paperwork to do it. You tell Fran your story. Fran tells me, and I put the shoes in a box, and off they go. And for some kids, it makes a difference. It makes the difference of being able to participate in after-school programs, bringing smiles to their faces and meanings to what they do with their time. One pair of sneakers can do all that. And the fact that no one had to wait for them, that they came in a box that maybe was decorated with "we're thinking about you" or "we care about you." It's those types of things that help make the world better. Not just the thing, but the message that we send with it. And the things that we send are purposefully chosen to bring dignity to people's lives. It's not about here you need it, here you go. It's about how can we lift you up? How can we make it better for you? That you can know that things will get better for you and that there are people who care. Because the people who walk through our doors genuinely care. It's not do just to do, it's do because it fills our hearts to do it. Not because we need the recognition, because we want the world to be a better place.
Perfect.
Can you clap loudly for me? Just one big clap. One more.
So I originally had a project assigned from Temple University in my IT major. That's where I met Fran through Wendy. We built a MCF warehouse system for Mitzvah Circle. And before when we started it, they were recording all the donations and shipment and everything under Excel spreadsheets and Notepad and stuff like that. Even on Notepad, paper, and stuff like that. So they were having really trouble keeping track of everything. So we decided to build a system for them, which will be live. They can use through internet. On a web page, they can go to mitzvahcirclewarehouse.com and record all the shipment and all the donations that they received. So that way, they can keep track of everything throughout the year.
And then what happened? Then you graduated.
Yep. Yeah. Then I graduated, and now I have spare time over weekends, so do some volunteer work. And I'm from around here, so.
Just let him go through.
Guys, you want to go through? Okay, so what you're gonna do?
Just gonna have.
Sorry.
I mean, it would have been a noise happening, and then we would have had to go over again. And then we'd be,
What's the next question so I can prepare?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck?
yeah, we need to.
Just try to make you laugh. I don't know.
I don't know so much if we
She's
need
just
to know
making
so
stuff
much
up
about.
as she goes.
Okay,
I don't know
cool.
if we need to know so much about the history.
No, why don't you just tell us what you get out of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're sure you did a fantastic job with your database.
Okay, cool.
I think he's just trying for a commercial. So we're telling him to be. What are you going to tell us?
More of what experience I'm getting out of mitzvah than
Right, and
the
why he
previous. Okay.
volunteers? Because
Yeah.
he could volunteer anywhere.
Yep.
He could volunteer anywhere. He's got great skills. He's a great guy. He could volunteer anywhere. Why is he helping me?
Okay. Thanks. Why?
All right. So the reason is, I'm from.
Back up a little bit.
Okay.
What reason? There's no question.
All right.
I
Cool.
can't hear that.
Okay. I locally, I come here to do other volunteer work over weekend, so it's close by for me. Also, people that I work with, around here are amazing. For example, Fran, word.
It's cool. Take your time. You can think about it. I'm editing this.
He's a great
Okay.
editor, so don't worry.
Guys,
What about Fran? Get you to keep coming back.
the work that Mitzvah Circle is doing for homeless people, and the things that I do around, the things I see around here, it's helping so many people in so many different ways. Not only food wise and stuff, but also clothes and other stuff that Mitzvah Circle does, toys and school bag and helping out, schools that are in, not good shape, and not in good location and stuff like that. For example, last week I was here, and, we heard this lady from, Delaware School District, where all the kids, they didn't have anything to read at home and stuff like that, and, they were going on a wrong path, in a sense. But what I saw, friend provided almost about a couple hundred books, and I was listening to, and what they were saying is, with those books, the kids will be able to spend right amount of time doing the right thing, than going out there and do something else. So I guess the good work, that I'm seeing, that's kind of keep dragging me back here.
And you're very compassionate too.
Yeah. Yep. So.
How do you feel just generally about helping others? Because you help lots of people.
Yep. Yeah.
So talk about why you feel that for yourself. Hey guys, just put the stuff there for now, and then we'll bring it around in a few minutes. Finish over there. You can bring it all over there, okay? So why do you feel about giving back? What about you makes you so special? Because you are special, but why?
the way I think is, when I was born, I didn't bring anything, on the earth, and now I have things which other people don't have. Maybe I can help other people out and stuff. Because when I die, I'm not going to take anything back with me. So
We only take what we, right?
Yep.
We only leave
Yeah.
what we give.
Yep. So it's in a sense to help other people out. And I have things I need. And help out the unfortunate people, or I don't know how to say it.
Right. No, but you have a strong sense of service and compassion.
Mhm.
Not just faith, but also service and compassion to your community and to anybody around you. When you see someone who needs help, me included, who is desperate for technology help, but I'm serious, you have a very soft heart. You do, and you feel that if you have that skill, then you should be able to provide that help.
Yep.
You do. You feel that way.
Yep. Yeah. Definitely. And again, I do a lot of help. I try to help out over weekend as much as I can. It's like sharing
you
your
work
knowledge
full-time.
is, yep, yeah, even though I work full time. And even I was, doing full time work and school, it's just a thing that, drives me, that, help other people out. So.
And I also think when other people have helped make your life easier, you feel like you want to make life easier for someone
Yep.
else.
Yeah, definitely. It just, it's just a great feeling inside, that helping other people out that you would not get, I mean, I could be doing some other things over weekend as well, going out and, doing other things. But, over the years, I have learned that you don't get same feeling as you get, helping other people out. So it's another reason.
And sometimes I think we help because we can.
Yep, yeah,
Not everybody is in a position of help.
yep,
But over a lifetime, I believe that we can all give help, and we all need to receive help sometimes. And so in the moments that you are able to give, you should give, because there may be a moment that you need to receive.
mm-hmm.
What are some things that you notice that might be a difference between here and some other charitable organizations that you may come across?
I've seen a coordination. It's really good. Communication wise, like instantly I text back and forth right away that I'll be coming to this Sunday, to do the charity work, versus some of the other organizations where it's kind of hard to say, all right, I won't be able to come this Sunday, if you are committed to it, and then all of a sudden something comes up. But here I just feel like just send a text message out, hey, I can't come today, or whatever, for whatever reason. And so I would say that communication is a huge point.
And I think that we feel a great sense of gratitude. So one thing I would say is that no one has to walk in the store. Everybody's a volunteer. No one has to come,
Mhm.
right? There's no sense
Yeah.
of obligation. The obligation only comes from your own heart. And so if people want to volunteer one time a year or one time a week, we are
Mhm.
grateful for their service. And I think that that makes us different, because we want people to do what makes them feel happy. It's not about us.
I think it's your turn now.
I think it's my
I
turn.
think it's your turn.
Okay, soon. I guess
All right.
where
Soon,
the kids
I
go.
think we got a lot of audio.
Oh, that's definitely good voiceover stuff.
Create Mitzvah Circle?
I created Mitzvah Circle because I felt like there were people who fell through the cracks, who were not being served by local or national organizations, and people were coming to me for help, and I don't like having to turn people away. Not that we may never need to do that, because sometimes we can't meet the need. If someone needs housing, we don't do housing. But we try and do everything else plus refer. So for people who feel they have not found a place in other organizations and they have not been able to receive help, this is a place where they can come and be treated with dignity, and we try and create an atmosphere of hope. So I always say we give hope a chance. We want everyone to feel hopeful and to feel like there is a future for them, because every person is deserving of good things. And I have been extremely lucky to have warehouse space that has been donated by a generous donor, and people who come to me with bags of clothes and diapers and essentials that we in turn can give to people who are in need of these items. And that's really
The heart of our business is serving others, and that is how we lead in our community and how we lead in our lives, by the service of people in need. That's our business. Our business is serving. Pause for 1 second, because that may be somebody from the Moms Club. Hang on. Yeah.
What was that?
Nope, not that. Okay. Can I have the Diet Coke, please? Thank you.
Yeah, it's on the. It's on the.
I really should have water. I'm very thirsty.
Yeah, I love it. Some of those are pretty good questions. I'm pretty proud of them.
Yeah.
Why did you join?
Yeah.
Why did you join?
Well, she answered like 12 other questions in
Yeah.
her monologue.
That's okay.
No, it's good.
That's
it's
okay.
Great.
He's just pulling up the document real quick.
So continue where you left off.
Okay. We going or not going?
No, not yet. Yes.
Okay.
No, continue where she left off. Talking. She's
She was,
answering.
she finished.
It's okay. I'm going to say
Oh,
something
okay.
else whenever you're ready.
Go.
We need to ask her a question, so we're gonna.
You're
look
not-
up the
you're not
Google
listening.
doc.
Okay. So is this on or is this not on?
Yes.
Okay, so one thing I want to say is we spend a lot of time with students and kids. We have our Classroom for Good space where we have parents and children every Sunday and also during the week. And the thing that I say to kids, because kids feel that they can't make a difference, and what I think is really important to teach kids is that every person matters. But as I started saying that to kids, I realized that's not something kids just need to know. We all need to remember that every person matters and that every person has a unique gift to give. And whatever your gift is, we want it. So you have a place here, whether you are great with technology, if you're someone who wants to fold baby clothes, if you want to pack a care package for a child struggling with cancer, there is a place for you here. There is a place for you here to serve the most vulnerable in your community. And not only that, but we appreciate it. We care about you. That's been one of my greatest lessons, is that when you serve people who are vulnerable, it's a privilege. It's a privilege to serve others. And I think that part of our mission not only is to provide essentials to people who need them at critical times in their lives, but also to teach how we serve and how we create hope and dignity for all people, and how we believe that every person matters, because people don't hear that too much, and really it's something that we should hear every day.
Very good.
I honestly believe she answered every question except how can people contact you. You
Yeah, we
answered-
should do that.
You answered. You know what? You answered how you personalize. You answered how you come across people in need, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I'll say
so-
something else about how we come across people.
Okay,
So,
let me ask that question.
Yep.
Oh, that's the question. Go ahead. How
Mo-
do you come across people in need?
people can contact us in a variety of ways. So people will send me a tweet on Twitter. People will write to me on Facebook. People will send an email. People will call our number. But the thing that makes us a little bit different is that we will accept direct referrals. So if you're a homeless guy standing on a street corner and you don't know where to turn and you call us, I'm going to call you back. And very few organizations do that. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that it doesn't take a lot of time and a lot of patience. But if you believe every person matters, then that person who's homeless standing on the corner is of just as much value as I am sitting here. So we allow people to self-refer, and then in turn, we try and get them plugged into organizations that may be able to provide other supportive needs that we do not provide. But it's a way to get people to the next place. So if you live in New Jersey and we can't help you, but you're hungry, we might be able to quickly say to you that, have you tried going to a local food bank? We see that there are a bunch right in your area. Or do you know there's a diaper bank and you can get diapers there if you're in need? So we don't turn people away and say, hey, it's just not what we do, because if we're in the people business and we're in the relationship business, then what every person needs really matters. And we want people to know that.
What kind of people make up the Mitzvah Circle team?
So we have 130 volunteers. Sorry, I'm not supposed to do that. Sorry. We have 130 volunteers that plug in with us either weekly or monthly. So some people give us 2 hours a week, and other people might give us 20 hours a week. And each of those people does what makes them happy, because that's the point. We want people to come here and feel good about the work we do and the work they're doing here. So if I'm asking students to sort shoes, but they don't want to sort shoes, they would like to pack toys, then we try and let people do what makes them feel really good. I don't remember the question anymore because I got distracted by whoever was there. What was that?
Some stuff in.
Somebody stopped by.
Huh, okay.
Real quick down here, I just have.
Oh.
Was it a guy? Was it David?
Different things that they offer. So I figured if she could go, we offer.
I don't know.
Okay, Drew wants you to touch on the homeless outreach,
Okay.
food project.
Yep, and you're going to film the kids making the bags. So that's happening. So you should get in the other room before 2:30.
Adopt a class.
Uh-huh.
Diaper bag.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk about some of that later. Guys, how's it going?
Okay.
Good? Okay.
All right.
So,
Well, I just meant it could just be brief.
yeah,
You
let me just,
mention the-
right. One of the projects that's really central to our Classroom for Good work is our homeless outreach, where we create Food for Hope. Food for Hope are snack bags that have personalized messages and are distributed among homeless shelters and homeless individuals. What is so special about those bags, somewhat is the artwork, but it's really the message. We have had many people say to us that yes, the food in the bag has nourished us, but the message on the bag is what really nourishes our soul. You can do it. I believe in you. I love you. If I was with you, I'd give you a hug. These are the messages of children after they go through our lesson about why every person matters. And hopefully you'll have an opportunity to see some of these bags and to understand why this project is so important to our work. And you can film some of the bags.
And I'm the one cracking.
Don't show my boobs.
I said neck up. No
Neck up.
Drew, let's pack up.
No boobs, stomach, or thighs.
Did you realize you were having so much fun today?
No boobs, we gotta go.
All right, so start over and just talk slowly if you can.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry, and talk about exactly what you said, because your kids got involved. So tell us why you volunteer here.
Well, I've always wanted to get involved in doing something for an organization, for something to give back. We've been involved in Scouts since my eldest son was 7, since he was a tiger. So we've been involved and doing Eagle projects all along. So both my boys were Eagle candidates, and they did their Eagle projects here for Fran at Mitzvah Circle. When I saw exactly what was involved, I was like, okay, I can do something here. So I was coming on a Sunday and helping to sort some clothes. Then in talking to Fran, she realized what I do for a living. I'm an admin. I have been I started out as a secretary, when they call them that, 20-something years ago. And she asked me to do data entry, which is what I do. I can do it faster than she could probably do it, because that's not her skill. And so that's what I do. I do it a couple of hours in the evening when I come home, after I get dinner, pick my husband up from the train station, and I sit there and do a couple of hours.
And what do you think about the stories that you read when you go through the pages of the people we serve?
I'm amazed at, I found out that we serve people who fall through the cracks. And it's amazing that for $50 or $100, that they don't get the help they need only for us. And $100 is a huge amount of money to somebody who doesn't have it. And it just amazes me what people have to go through. Like, we're the richest country in the world, and it just amazes me, all these people that are out there. And I'm happy I'm doing something that I'm still needed, doing data entry. I'm not doing the grunt work, but I'm doing something that's needed to keep the organization going.
Well, it's really important, because when people call and say, you remember me, my name's Susie, you helped me 6 years ago, the only way I know who I help is by you putting that data into our system.
Right.
Data entry is critical to our business, to understand who we serve and how we serve them. And say a little bit about how you find if we're missing information, or if someone's home burned down and they moved, how you update all those things to make sure that we're current with schools and people who need.
Right. The program that we use is Salesforce, and as much information as the volunteers write on the forms that they fill out when they call somebody back to see what they need, I will put that information in, and I try and keep it updated as much as possible. Sometimes we have, a child's date of birth or something has changed, and I will update that, make sure. I'll always call Fran and say, listen, I think this is not quite right. Could you check with the volunteer? Because there's so much coming through their hands that sometimes they forget something or they think they put it down. Because I've done that myself when I'm entering stuff. I go to the next form and I haven't saved it. I catch it, but it's very easy because you're just trying to get the stuff through, and that's what happens. But I update as much as I can, put as much information in there, so then when they call and whoever's here can say, oh, how is so-and-so doing? They had, did they see the doctor, or how are they doing now that they're out of hospital? So there's a connection, and people actually, I think, appreciate the fact that you care about them, and they feel like they may be the only person in the world, or you may be the only person in the world that cares about them. So I think that's really important, to put as much information as we can about those people that need us down, and then we can relate back to them and make them feel like, yeah, people do care about me. I'm not all alone in this world. So
That's it. That's the whole story. That is the purpose of the data. That is exactly it. Because if you can't, it's not just, do you wear size 6 diapers? Does your child still need diapers? Are they in training pants? It's really not about that. It's someone in this world cares about you, and you're not standing there by yourself.
right.
Okay, that's it. You're
Okay.
good. Everyone's different.